Hi, everyone. Okay, so sorry about that. I was still getting used to the delay here. Um, I'm Green. This is our cast of the 1800s. If everybody wants to say hello.
What's going on?
Hello.
And
Hello.
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 okay, everybody, to the pre-game cast chat. This is our little talkback section that we're doing before our one shots every other week, where we're going to get to know our lovely cast of people here and their characters that they'll be playing. So this is all to help donate to the Clean Water Fund to help combat some of this AI nonsense with the data centers. And also, there's a lot of people in this world, in this country, that unfortunately do not have access to clean water. And because this is a story about nature and how the consequences of civilization can affect it, I wanted to go ahead and try to help people maybe give back to the environment a little bit in our own way. And so please donate to Clean Water Fund. We're going to be donating it throughout this entire series and giving you guys updates and everything after each stream, transparency posts, blah, 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 blah. Links are going up in chat right now. For right now, though, let's move on and get to know these people. Let's go ahead and start with Preston. If you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, I want you to say your name, where people can find you, and go ahead and tell us a little bit about your character that you're
Okay.
going to be doing.
Yeah, so my name's Preston. I'm kind of new to the TTRPG scene in terms of like making content. I can be found as Hummingbird for like music or basically whatever. I use my Instagram almost as a personal and not a brand at this point. And yeah, I'm playing Nathaniel Douglas, who is an employee of the mine in the town, and kind of runs the financials for the mining corporation. Very stingy with finances, and is always, looking for ways to, grow the wealth of the company, which in turn grows his own. So yeah, I don't know. Did I miss anything? Is that good?
No, you're good.
Great.
For context, where anybody who doesn't know, we're in May the Weather Springs. It's an old timey mining town set in the 1800s. It's only been operational and working for about a month at this point. And Nathaniel is doing everything he's doing. With that, we're going to move on over to Danny. Danny, go ahead.
All right. What's going on, everybody? I'm Danny. You can find me on Instagram and Threads at Danny the Storyteller. I am one of the co-founders of Dungeon Dropouts, one of the team members over there at Dungeon Dropouts. Uh, Brand new AP team company show. So happy to be here. You can find us at Dungeons and Dropouts. My wife is gonna kick my ass. Dungeon Dropouts, not Dungeons and Dropouts. And I've already been threatened at least twice to say it correctly. Dungeon Dropouts. You can find us on most socials. I am very happy and very excited to be here. I'm playing Oswald Restwell, or Oswald Restwell. He goes by Ollie or Wally or Ozzy or Oz. Doesn't really matter to him. He is a mortician's assistant to his father, who moved into town actually quite some time ago and set up shop here with the funeral home, the Restwell home. Um, uh, uh, he is a whimsically morbid kind of guy, a little bit younger. Uh, Happy-go-lucky kind of guy, but is very interested in death and all the surrounding facts about it. Reads a lot of Mary Shelley and Edgar Allan Poe and the such. But always has a smile on his face, and so that's me and that's him. Did I miss anything?
Fabulous. No, I think you're good. With that, we're going to go ahead and move on to Sean. Would you like to introduce yourself and your character?
Yes. Hello, everyone. My name is Sean. You can find me all across the internet as Help Action Needed. I use he, him pronouns. I tell really sad stories. So if you like getting your heart broken and crying, come check us out. If you don't like that, also come check us out. I appreciate the views. It helps with the algorithm. But I will be playing Oscar, who I realized I never gave a last name to, so I'm going to give him the last name of Sinclair. He is not from Mayweather Springs. He is from, I believe the town name is Pleasant Prairie. Right?
Pleasant Plains.
Pleasant Plains, right across the Canadian border. He is not from town, but he is a member of the town as he's trying his nicest to help these people get their town going and make sure everyone's in the right spot. That's me.
Totally normal Canadian guy. And with that, we're going to go ahead and move on over. Who's next? Andy.
Hi, my name is Andy. My pronouns are they, any. You can find me on Instagram and Threads under eb_Andy. I'm frequently on the Tabletop Tailspinners Network for the long-running game Magnificence. I am playing Herman Alma, he/him, who goes by Herm. Herm is a nurse who is the entire medical team for the mines. Dozens of people come out of those mines half dead from lead poisoning, and I'm told, hey, here's 2 pennies, a rag, and a bottle of whiskey. Fix them. There's 24 hours in the day. Herm works for 26 of them. And yeah, that's my character. This town has been here a month. In that time, I think Herm has aged 50 years at least. And yeah.
2 pennies in a rag, try your best is going to be my new motivational thing that I wake up to every morning. So thank you for that, Andy. All right, and last but not least, we got Ran. Would you like to introduce yourself and your character?
Hi, my name is Ran. I use she, her pronouns. I am a director based in New York City. So if you ever hear, maybe you'll catch one of my shows in a theater or some place a little bit more spookier than a theater. You can find me on Bluesky as Burdick Inspiration. No relation to my character name. And you can also find me on Start Playing Games as the Lantern Keeper, where I professionally GM games. I will be playing Beatrice Birdie Alma, cousin to Herm. Very proud of our cousin, who is the savior of the entire town. Birdie is 16, going on 17, innocent as a bird. She recently had a near-death experience, but she's fine now. And she is going to be the Shimmering Queen. There is no contest.
Speaking of the Shimmering, thank you guys all for sharing your characters and all that interesting stuff. Just so we know, there are already some truths established about this town that I'm going to go ahead and talk about, which one of them is the Shimmering. So what we know so far of Mayweather Springs in this mystery is that it's nestled between 2 large mountains with a stream that cuts right through the middle of it. It's a mining town, mostly known for its coal and lead. It's located in Washington near the Canadian border, close to Pleasant Plains. And it's famous for its oil slick skyline that appears once a year called the Shimmering. There's a festival for the Shimmering that happens, and that is what Ran was mentioning. The town is doing pretty well financially right now. There is a king and queen crown for the Shimmering all the time. There's a dead oak tree in the middle of the cemetery that's a historical spot where they hold the Shimmering. There is a hot spring that kind of nobody really knows where the water is coming from because there's sources everywhere. And the town's mascot is a canary. There's kind of like a competitive relationship between Mayweather Springs and Pleasant Plains. One's a logging town, the other one's a mining town. You can imagine they're kind of codependent on each other. They don't want to be. There's a prominent kind of tunnel system that is the only way in and out of town safely as well. So it's not easy to get in and out, but it's there. Let's see. Oh, we lost a camera. Hold on. Technical difficulties. Hold on. Oh no, it's okay. We are going to move on, and then we're going to figure that out in a second. So, with that, oh wait, but I see you in the stream. Strange. Okay, never mind. Ignore me. So next up is we're actually going to go ahead and do a little Q&A question situation that we have here for our cast. And some lovely people here actually submitted some Q&A questions for our cast. I'm going to have you guys kind of like jump in and just answer as you can. But if you will not, I will choose you like a school teacher. So be aware. Okay, so our first question here that was submitted anonymously. Were there any character tropes or archetypes that inspired you during the character creation process?
I can take that.
I guess I'll go. The one character, it's kind of a combination of two characters and then just some random ideas. It was if anybody's seen the movie Idlewild, the Outcast film with Outcast starring in it, the character that Andre 3000 played, where he was like a mortician or funeral home assistant, but he was also a musician, so he had kind of that dual personality, very loving of life, but also had this deep relationship with death, and but very artistic at the same time. So I pictured him, and then I also kind of pictured like the dark, whimsical caricature of like Jack Skellington, and kind of mixing those two together. So he's just this creepy, fun-loving kind of guy. Yeah, that's kind of where the idea came from. And then I just picture him wearing bright colors, as bright as you can get in the 1880s, I guess. A yellowish tie, little bow tie, purplish kind of vest. But he's always carrying around like Mary Shelley books and Edgar Allan Poe books, and just different novels and research books on the different rituals and death rites that happen all around the world. He's very interested in those sorts of things. So I kind of mixed those different ideas together to come up with Oswald.
All right, who would like to go next? Or you can popcorn someone. You're muted.
Oops. I'll popcorn. I'll popcorn the Rand.
Ooh, I was barely ready. I think the first character trope, or I don't even know if it's a trope, is Angry Bird from the game Angry Bird. I'm completely serious. And the second one, I think, would be the CSI girl from NCIS. I don't know if anybody knows that character, and also the Matilda from Leon, the professional.
I love that movie.
Yeah. Maybe there are
okay.
more, but I can't think of any right now. I'm gonna popcorn to Andy.
How did you? Okay. I think the biggest inspiration for when I was making Herm was you know someone who applies for a job is told here's the job description, and then you unfold the paper and there's like 12 more pages. I think that's the main thought I had with like Herm. I think it was very sleep deprived, and I was thinking about cortisol, and I was like, sounds like someone. So, yeah, that's and now we're here. Now we have this guy. I'll popcorn it to Preston.
Yeah, so I think if you could combine Grunkle Stan from Gravity Falls with Doug Dimmadome's voice, that's pretty much what we're going for with Nathaniel Douglas, in terms of like, you know, the whole financial thing. So yeah, that's the main inspiration. I was told it was a weird supernatural small town, and I immediately thought about Gravity Falls. So that's where we're at. And then I'll popcorn to you, but you're the only one left, so go ahead.
Yes. Yeah, Oscar is a weird mix between like a local meddling politician, but also the log lady from Twin Peaks, or if you're an Alan Wake fan, the lamp lady from Alan Wake. Just knows a little bit too much about stuff he probably should just know a little bit too much about, and just wants to make sure people are doing what they need to do. And that's okay.
Fantastic. The inspiration across the board has created such a wonderfully diverse and weird cast, and I think it just fits perfectly in town. Next question that was submitted anonymously. If you could make a playlist inspired by your character, what 3 songs would you absolutely have to have on it? And we'll go ahead and start with, since Danny started last time, let's go ahead and start with you, Preston.
So I've been struggling to figure out the 3. I think ATM by J. Cole's on it for sure, just cuz. And then I can't remember what the song is called, but it's the one from the 90s where it's that girl like, pay my bills, pay my credit card bills. That one.
Destiny's Child.
Yeah.
It's Destiny's Child.
Yeah. That, and then I honestly, it's so hard because as soon as that is posed, like Andy said earlier, like you just forget every single song that you've ever known. But yeah, those are the 2.
That's a tough question, but it's a good one.
It is. I like that one.
Mm-hmm.
Are we popcorning again?
Yes, keep in the theme.
I'm sending it to Danny.
Yep. So just throwing all of this together right now. I usually make a little playlist. I didn't do it this time, but I think that got 3 songs. I think so. Of course, it's gonna be Idlewild from the Idlewild soundtrack, just because that fits the whole vibe of Ali. And then I think the flip to "Time of Dying" by 3 Days Grace kind of reflects that darker side and some of his own personal fears. And then it was between 2 songs for the third one. It's either something from Nightmare Before Halloween, like Jack's Lament, or even like What's This, I think would be a good fit. Just for, once again, staying in theme, his inspiration and the whimsical vibes. But then for Reasons, I also thought The Birds from The Weeknd.
I'm kind of into that, yeah.
Yeah. So those are, I think, the 3 songs that would definitely be in the place, 3 to 4-ish songs that would be in the playlist. I will popcorn to Andy.
Okay, I was furiously Googling. I think I found 3. I think the 3 songs that would... sorry, is it 3 songs that represent the character or 3 songs they would listen to?
Inspired by the character.
Okay. Then 100%. I think one of them would be White Noise, Black Screen, Sleep Study Focus 10 Hours. I think the next one is 10 hours of deep sleep music and black screen relaxing music for sleeping and ellipses. And I think the last one is Let's Get Fucked Up and Die by Motion City Soundtrack.
Just somehow lines to every nurse I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, I think I found the 3 songs. I'll popcorn it to Ren.
Sure. Great. Amazing. How can I possibly follow that? Also, can I possibly have 4?
Yeah.
Anyway, the first one is Magpie by the Unthanks, from their album Mount the Air, from 2015. And the second one is Exhale, Inhale by Aurora, from her 2022 album The Gods We Can Touch. And the third one is Kiki Rockwell's Burn Your Village from her 2013 album Rituals on the Bank of a Familiar River. And my bonus one is Autorino Rest Piggy's The Birds.
Very in theme. I think that was great and definitely worth 4. I also listened to Burn Your Village unironically on the regular. I love that song. Okay, and popcorn it to the last person.
Yes. Yeah, I have been also furiously looking through the music provider of choice. For sure, Laura Palmer's theme. If we're keeping one in the narrative of the character, Laura Palmer's theme has to be on there. And then I think tied for second would be either Garden Song or I Know the End by Phoebe Bridgers.
Oh,
And then the other one would probably be Strangers by Ethel Cain, the end of the Preacher's Daughter album. Really, anything Ethel Cain would probably fit this character pretty well, but I think Strangers specifically fits the vibe.
absolutely. Oh my God. I got such a cool cast. That's ridiculous. Everybody had great answers. Dang. Okay. What a great question. The next question we have is, considering this game is a bit of a period piece, what challenges did you run into creating a character from this time period? And this time we're going to start with Ran.
Oh man. I think the 1880s was a little bit of a blind spot because I spent a lot of time researching the 1820s in college, as well as the just like the early 19th century. So, and then I'm kind of a dramaturgical nerd, so I wanted to be accurate. So a lot of times, and because I guess 19th century, not like now, the inventions are moving a little bit more slowly. So it's harder to line up like what are the things that we actually had at the moment. Because I remember talking about, I remember we were talking about bicycles and whether or not that was a thing that we regularly had. And so yeah, I just felt like we had a harder task with dramaturgical like things. Not that we care that much about historical accuracy, but yeah. Do I have popcorn?
Yes.
Sean.
Yeah. I think the biggest difficulty was prior to this, I was doing so much Regency that then like moving forward, kind of the opposite of Rand. Like I didn't need to go backwards and be like, what's there? I needed to go forward and be like, where are we at? And then also moving from so vaguely European to solidly American and Canadian was just a mental shift of like, okay, where are we at? What is the culture? What's this like? Luckily, the museum near me has a huge like mining exhibit. So I was like, okay, cool. Anything there is in it. We can claim that it's there. But yeah, moving ahead and keeping it American was strange because I haven't done anything American in a long time. Popcorn Danny.
For me, I guess it would be just the hard switch of I haven't played a very like more human or realistic games. There's been a lot of fantasy for me lately, so I'm able to kind of just throw a lot of crazy ideas together and then stitch it together. So I had to kind of ground it a little bit, but I still kept it fun. So it wasn't that wasn't the problem. I guess there's always a bit for me in this time period anyway, from being a black man, being in the 1880s, there's always a good amount of pleasant fantasy within, within my story. So, that's something to think of. I'm not a history buff or anything like that. And I think trying to find inspirations that fit in that time period, making sure I wasn't picking anything that happened early 1900s or anything like that. But it wasn't difficult. I always find stuff like that to be fun, so it wasn't that difficult to really come up with inspirations. To be honest, I'll popcorn it to Andy.
I think what I had the most trouble with is I genuinely do not know what the 1880s looks like. I think I saw like the year and I just heard like static in my brain. I can barely remember what I ate like 5 minutes ago. And so when asks me, hey, can you tell me what 1880s Washington looks like? And yeah, at some point I think I did was like, I'm just gonna start saying things and see if anyone points out that I'm wrong. So I said nurse, and I waited very quietly to see if like that's correct. I flew underneath the radar, and I think it worked.
That's crazy. Wow.
I think there's one person left, right?
Yeah. For me, it's similar to Danny in that I've been just doing like fantasy stuff. I haven't really done anything like historical. Not that we're like doing a full-on historical situation, like we're adding fantasy elements, but yeah, I mean, for the 1880s, for me, all I know really is East Coast, like Victorian era stuff, and not really what Washington was like either. Which is funny because I'm from Washington, so you would think I would have, looked into that at some point, but I didn't. But as soon as I had the Grunkle Stan idea, everything just really fell into place after that. So there has always been a wealthy person trying to get more money, and that you can place anywhere in history. So that was super easy once I got there.
And then that's fantastic. And just so you guys know, I grew up in Florida, and I'm also a Cuban first generation immigrant. Historical accuracy is the last thing on my brain. I mostly just have been watching Yellowstone, and that's where I got this time period from.
Nice.
So note that, Andy, anybody, whatever you were going to say, I was going to make it fit regardless, because I also don't know what's going on. Google is your best friend sometimes, or any other search engine. Anyway, moving on, they have one more final question until we move on to our super secret token time. We have, how familiar are each of your characters with one another? And are you all friends, enemies, a secret third thing? Which I'm very interested in sharing this, because we actually spend a lot of time in session 0 talking about this. So let's go ahead and start with probably the odd one out, but still has a lot of ties everywhere, is Sean's character. Sean?
Yes. In terms of familial connections or anything to the town, none of that. Oscar's just kind of here, but has a strange friendship / mentorship with Birdie as a character, and also a lot of suspicion that Birdie, just like their actions and choices, Oscar's constantly like, maybe do better, potentially. Has also done a fair bit of work getting the town up and running, so like characters like Nathaniel or Herm would know that, but I don't think they necessarily trust as much. And then everything that Oscar has is a strange connection with Ali of like, you've aided this person, I've aided this person, what is that? Where do we go from here, without giving too much about what the aid was for? Yeah, just generally well-meaning, enough and trying to build up everyone around him, but also fully aware of the woods. I'll popcorn to Andy.
We mentioned an earlier one. My Herm is Birdie's cousin. Much older cousin. Herm is 45, though I think right now he might look a little 20 something years older than that. um, oddly enough, I think the character that Herm is the most closely related with would be Nathaniel. Herm saved Nathaniel's life and has been using that to blackmail him for more money for the for the miners. I need to buy more dirty rags and whiskey. It has not been working. Apparently, it's not in the budget. Every day we see 20 more people come out passed out from the mines, and Nathaniel says, "No, just can't. Gotta fix them some other way." But yeah, other than that, Herm has received some support from like Oscar to help with the miners. As to what that support is, unclear, unspecified, and I think we will leave it that way. Uh, with Ollie, I actually think it was not so much. Right? I know that we have some shared information on things, but mostly it was Ollie having told her, but more than any of the other way around. But yeah, that's Herm's connection with these people. I'll popcorn it to Danny.
Right. So some of these things I think are going to be getting connected right now. So stick with me. The first and probably the strongest connection that Oswald has is with Birdie, and they have a friendship of sorts. Is they just Oswald just knows a little bit too much about Birdie, not of his own. Not of his own choice to learn, but now the information he has altered the trajectory of his life. And he spends a lot of his time pondering these new truths. And I think that's kind of where the connection with Herm is. Herm being older, Oswald it hangs around a lot of strange people, not necessarily around his own peers. And Herm being a nurse and working in the hospitals and things like that. Ali is around because of his father, so they have interacted. And Ali has shared some of his ideas about some of the crazy possibilities about death and the before and after and what could possibly be done. Like he's a smart guy. Herm is definitely more medically smart. Ali is more of a book guy, but does a lot of research. He doesn't know the mechanics and how to do things. He's more of an idea guy, and he always kind of pitches those ideas to Herm, whether he is into it or not. Ali's father, which we're going to give a name right now, his name is going to be Desmond. Desmond Reswell he used to be a lot like Ali, kind of that whimsical, artistic funeral home director, lost his wife and his other two sons, and has switched to being more of a business-minded mortician. And so when he moved to Mayweather Springs, it was a big business move. Everybody moved there kind of for the rush of the mining industry. He moved there because of what happens within the industry, and this is going to be a big thing for him. And I think there was a big insurance company type situation that has connected Desmond with Nathaniel, and that is kind of how Ali knows of Nathaniel through these odd business dealings. And I think that connection is maybe a little bit strained. And then once again with I can't see your name because this bottom bar. what Oscar, there we go. I think with Oscar, it's that shared information, and I think we've seen each other. You've seen me taking notes on Birdie in random points in time. We've kind of had that odd look in each other's eyes, like yeah, the head shake, and this is like we both know that we know. We're not going to say that we know because we don't know for sure, but you know that I know that you know, kind of situation. Yeah. And I'll go ahead and pass it to Oscar.
I'll pass it then back to Preston because I started this one.
Yeah, so I've been scribbling in my little black book of notes here. And the first one I have is Oscar in here, and I know that there's something weird, but I can't maybe quite place it. So I'm really suspicious, like you said. There's some weird energy because people don't really come to this town from Pleasant Plains. So having someone come from Pleasant Plains to then try to be an establishing figure in the town is strange. So I'm kind of like off put a little bit by that. We already talked about Herm saving my life. There was an accident in the mines that happened. And I don't know if that's the same accident that Birdie survived or not.
I think it's a statistic. I think we have many accidents in the
Yeah, it's probably fair.
Yeah.
What was it? It's like 40% of people. It's a mortality rate or something.
It was real high
That's
when
not-
we were spitballing numbers.
Yeah, but Birdie is the example that I always come back to when I'm being blackmailed of like, well, Birdie survived, so it can't be that dangerous.
I would like to also say, Birdie is a teenager in this situation. She's what, 16? So everybody's concerned about this 16-year-old.
Yeah, and this 16-year-old is dating my youngest son. So that's how I know Birdie probably the best. And then yeah, so I'm married with kids. I'm almost 50. And so I have 3 kids ranging from like teenager to adult. So I'm probably also aware of Ollie, just because I have a daughter and he's super weird, and I'm like, don't talk to her. like we don't need that. Stick to business is probably how that is. So like no real relationship, just like a very I know who you are situation. I think that's everybody. So yeah.
Not ominous at all.
No.
Okay, so what we're going to do now is something that I call the secret token time. I'm going to leave the cast for 10 minutes. I'm going to put the stream away. I know nothing. You guys will conspire against me to basically have a token that you can implement in-game as a group to take control of the narrative. It's premeditated, so you have to know what you're doing first beforehand. So you guys at home get to know, I don't. So I'll be back. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Okay.
What do we do?
I don't know. It's so vague. It's so vague.
Oh man.
I feel like we have a lot of water around the town. Maybe
there's a lot
like
of
it's
water.
healing or revival, or can summon a water spirit of some kind, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I definitely think there's something going on with the hot springs. I think
Yeah.
with Birdie's whole situation, and maybe it's flowing through the mine, maybe the minerals mixing with whatever's going on with the water is causing some kind of weird reaction.
I like that. I don't think
like
we've
that.
touched the springs at all. So yeah, that could be
Yeah.
fun.
All that we've done with the springs is that we think it's weird because
Yeah.
we don't know where the water's actually coming from for the hot springs. So I think it being related to that is probably good.
Okay.
We really said, look at this pretty natural landmark, and then left it as a pretty natural landmark. We didn't corrupt it in any way yet.
No, we mentioned it once, and then immediately went to sometimes the sky turns black.
Sometimes the sky turns black, and nobody's concerned except that weirdo.
Okay. So is that what we're saying? That like the springs are like a safe healing place? Is that what we're wanting to go with?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm game.
I'm down. I think that's what Ollie would be kind of like tapping her shoulder about. I think he would have in the beginning. It was kind of more like I talked to Green. I don't know if I posted it. I know I told Green about the idea of like it was more of a way to like this could be a soothing death for people. This would be like a what's called an anesthetic, a new type of anesthetic.
Yeah.
That wasn't till Birdie's situation, and then he kind of was like, I think it can do more. I think it can be more than just peace into death. It might be something that we can research, some Frankenstein type.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. Is that our secret?
Well, so then, producer Anna, if you can clarify for us if we need from Green, like, do we need to say like we can use it in one specific moment, or do we just kind of have magical powers of the water will aid us? Because if it's that one, we're set, we're good,
Yeah.
we got this,
We're surviving.
Yeah.
Go to the spa every day and you heal.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you
We can
now.
hear you
Now
now.
we can,
Yeah.
We can hear you now.
What's happening? How are we conspiring?
So we're making a secret token to aid us, and we've decided that the water in this hot springs is beneficial in some capacity.
Okay.
We're trying to figure out how the token is used so we can kind of narrow down on what exactly it is.
Yes.
I feel like, especially for Ollie, you have been trying to figure out the like restorative quality of the water. So I imagine you like often go there and collect samples potentially and study it along with Herm. So like theoretically the water will be accessible to us.
Yeah, it's true. We might have samples of it. That could be like how it can come up.
One of the notes that I have about the town as well is that there is a river flowing through it. So that river could be flowing from the hot springs,
Yeah.
carrying like whatever the thing is through the town.
Would it be the water itself, or would it be how the water interact with some kind of stone or minerals at the hot spring?
It looks like
God says a one-time use secret. So I think like a vial or a collection bottle is probably the most apt way to do it.
Yeah.
Like maybe you wear a vial of the water from the hot spring, almost like a token of protection.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That could be cool.
Maybe the springs is like the only part of town that isn't underneath the sky when the shimmering happens.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
It's
so is
like
the shimmering something different than like what's it called, aurora borealis? Is the shimmering more so caused by like gases created from the mines?
I
don't think we decided why it happened, right?
Like my imagination, the shimmering is basically aurora borealis, but because of the air quality of this town, it looks different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like
Oscar
I always
doesn't trust it, that's for sure.
Well, yeah, the sky turned black.
Once a year, only above the graveyard with the dead tree. Normal things, everyone.
Yes, we gather every time it happens. All of us leave our houses and gather outside
in the graveyard
to
eat food and crown our high school senior.
Shimmering. Nice. So
we don't want
vial then? Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say it's not even serious. It could be though, but it's not. We don't want this to cause a zombie outbreak then.
Hey,
I think it's still good.
I'm not against it.
You don't want to smash it on the ground and we get like a horde or anything. Nobody would know. It's all right. We don't have to do that. It's just
We can keep
That's
it really
a good
broad as in
thought.
it's like it's resurrection if we need some plants on our side, if we need some rocks on our side, if we need
Yeah.
some zombies on our
I mean,
side.
does Ollie think drinking this water can resurrect you? Like if somebody accidentally dies, we just like pour this vial of water in them and they'll come back to life.
I don't know. I don't think Ollie knows exactly what would happen.
Okay.
So I think it would be just like a random Hail Mary if he ever used it. So we still would have to decide what it does, but I don't think Ollie would be like 100% sure what is going on.
Yeah.
To like keep in theme, what if you're alive, then it is like rejuvenating, it is healing. If you're dead, we could say something comes back to life. The body comes back to life. It might not be you. That could be fun.
I like that.
Reanimation versus revival.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
game for that.
I mean, clearly it works on me.
Yes.
Whatever do you mean?
In totally normal ways, it clearly
Yeah.
worked on Birdie.
Birdie drank normal water when she was a normal living person.
Yeah. And now they're still a normal living person.
Birdie is just a very normal 16-year-old girl. There is
Yeah.
Yeah.
nothing
normal.
strange about her whatsoever.
Nothing weird about Birdie.
For the audience, I do want to point out, just because this is funny to me, Oscar was suspicious of Birdie before the weird stuff happened.
Oscar was suspicious of Birdie because Oscar's kind of like, oh, hello, youth of the next generation. This is how to establish a town. And just like would, but wouldn't. It was also like, but what if we run into the woods and just commune with the woods? And like, don't do that. That's awful. Never commune with the woods. And Birdie went, but what if I did? And then Birdie got weird. And then it was like, but what if I did more? Oscar has reasons to be suspicious.
Hello,
Hello.
I'm back. You guys decided.
Should I
you can-
share my connections or stuff?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
So, yeah, just for the audience benefit, Birdie is born and raised in this town. She also just runs this town because a popular teenager always runs the town. She is Herm's cousin, as we already know. She is dating Nathaniel's younger awkward son. I think we said his name is Max. I can't be sure. I don't think Birdie remembers his
Max
name
is
very
straight.
clearly. What?
Max is fine.
Okay. Yeah. I feel like Birdie just calls him a different name every time, but he's okay with it because she's out of his league otherwise.
I actually do have his name here if you want to know it.
Yeah. And then Birdie is friends with Ollie. They have their own secret language, which just means they chirp at each other. And she really likes Oscar because Oscar is cool and is Canadian.
Sweet. All right. Yay. Okay, we got our secret token thing. Thank you for coming back around with that because I know the technical difficulties and stuff. I know you have to go a little bit early, Fran. Is that right?
Yeah, I think I need to head out soon, or
No
like
problem.
right now. But
Yeah.
it's lovely to be here.
Of course, you want to plug yourself one more time, and then you can go ahead and pop out.
You can just find me on ranxia.info, and you can check out the stuff I do. And I will see you next week.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
And we will still roll a wheel for Rand. So what we're going to do with the Wheel of Misfortune is we're going to roll once for each player. And then also we did get some donations, just so you guys are aware. Every $10 equals another roll on the Wheel of Misfortune. So we got 2 more thanks to our lovely person who donated, Shelby. Thank you, Shelby. You're going to make my job so much harder. And I'm very grateful for that. But for right now, let's do our first 5 spins. So, lovely producer behind the screen, whenever you're ready.
Let it go.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Such a fancy wheel. Okay. The players have to play a sport in game. Oh God, I hope I don't have to do it. Goodness gracious. Okay, starting off strong.
I just need to know,
all
did
right.
you include, oh God, I hope I don't need to do this?
Yes, for comedic effect.
Love it.
And also because that's the truth. I really didn't want that one. So yay.
There's a
I
full-length football game that happened in
The Shimmering Festival is basically just homecoming.
Oh, God.
Football
Okay.
game, and we crown kings and queens.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. That
Rugby
makes
in the
sense.
graveyard.
They
Yeah.
invented homecoming king and queen. All right, second wheel. Let's go. Wheel, 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 wheel.
Mhm.
There is a secret lost prince. It's one of the players.
In 1880s
Huh?
Washington. What?
No, I came up with all of these, so I'm the only one to blame. So that's the second one. Let's go ahead and move on. Prince is also gender neutral here in this, so excuse me.
Oh.
Let's see. A dangerous creature stalks the woods. Okay,
Mm.
wonderful. All right,
Oscar keeps getting
that's
proven
3
right.
so far. I think.
Yeah, he's
Is that
not
3 or
wrong.
4? I forget how many we've done.
Is this 3?
Okay,
Yeah.
I know we need to do at least 3 more.
The
I think.
scary
Because
creatures
there
are
was-
third.
There was
Yeah.
Okay.
sports, Prince, and this
Yeah,
one. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so quite a few more. So another spin. I'll hold my fingers up. So this is the 4th one. The dangerous creature hungers for sports.
it's a bear playing football.
Super funky dream sequence with scary nightmares.
All right.
It's not a one shot without scary dreams.
Yeah, it's got
Yeah, red room. Okay, fantastic. So next spin. This is our 5th one. Thank you, the lovely assistant behind the curtain.
Oh.
What do we got? There's a notorious crazy local in town.
And it's Ollie.
I was about to say, it's just me. It's just.
This is a
Ollie.
self-affirming one.
Self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay, and now for our 2 bonus spins, thanks to our donations. First one. Oh, we got another one. Yay! Thank you, Jane.
I think that says Janelle.
Janelle. Sorry. That looked like an exclamation mark only and not sorry. Thank you, Janelle.
I also misread it as Jane Green. You're good.
Okay. There's a notorious crazy local in town again, so there'll be multiple.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Times
Who
2.
wants to be the second one?
Okay, our second bonus spin.
Oh.
What do we got? Okay, second delay. The town's money is funding something that will hurt them in the end.
Oh.
Correct.
You're telling
Correct.
Are you telling us our open lead mines are bad for us?
That's not okay. There's a
I don't
difference
know.
between the actual mines and then where the money is funded where the money's going. That just means there's another layer to this disaster. All right. And then the third bonus spin?
I think so.
Yes.
Yes.
I kind of just like seeing the spin.
It's really satisfying. Someone discovers an ancient artifact that gives them supernatural powers.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
No complaints. No complaints.
This
I think
is one that I
this.
actually wanted to happen. Okay, and let's see here. Oh, wait, hold on. Person behind the curtain, it looks like we actually got a total of $50 in our donations so far for the
Ooh.
Clean Water Funds. So we got a lot of different extra fun stuff, and now with the wheel pulls, I get to plan this session, and I'm very excited. This concludes our big pre-game show cast chat. I hope everybody had a lot of fun getting to know everybody here on the cast. We're gonna popcorn around one more time, tell everybody who you are, where they can find you, and we'll see you guys next week. Go ahead and start with, we'll go with Preston and just, no, I'm sorry, Andy, and then just boop, 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 boop.
Hey. Hello again, everybody. My name is Andy. My pronouns are they, any. You can find me on Instagram and Threads under eb_Andy. Outside of that, I'm on other social media platforms as Andy Sinead because I am bad at consolidating usernames. But yeah, you'll see me like playing here and there, kind of around places. I'm sure you'll figure it out. You're all very smart. And yeah, I'll popcorn it to Danny going down the line.
All right. I am Danny. You go by Danny the Storyteller on Instagram, Threads. I am part of Dungeon Dropout. You can also find us on Instagram and Threads and Twitch as well. We got a lot of cool stuff going on. We got drop-ins, our one-shot Twitch show every other Tuesday. So come in next Tuesday to catch episode 2, and then every other Tuesday after that, we'll be putting on some new games for you guys. And we got some more cool stuff coming along the way. Very excited to be here, and I will send it to Nathaniel.
Yeah, so my name is Preston. I go by Hummingbird online. And I forgot to mention this at the beginning, and I saw, I think our producer put it in the chat, that I am in a podcast for D&D actual play. So yeah, it's called Days Before the End. It's like a pre-apocalyptic kind of medieval fantasy thing. We just wrapped season 1 right now, and we're prepping for season 2. I don't really have a good date for that yet so far, but so that was how I actually connected with everybody here, and yeah, I mean, that's it. Everything else I've already said, so that's to Oscar, I believe.
Yes. Hello, everyone. I am Sean. Gonna try that again. Hello, everyone. I am Sean. You can find me all across the internet at Help Action Needed. I use he/him pronouns. I'm a multi-award-winning TTRPG artist. If you like sad stories, I do that. If you like listening to voices, you can find the Help Action Needed podcast. We just finished premiering season 2 of Down the Forest Road, and I think actively premiering, if I remember the world right, is They Tried, a series, a duet series of 3 different games featuring the beginning, middle, and end of a relationship as it falls apart, featuring games by Rara, It's Story Time, and Taylor Navarro, done with Glow Pinksta. And then coming up next on both the live and the podcast is God Killer Songs of the Past, which is a duet series with Abigail the Nerd, telling the story of Odette, one girl trying to change the world and what it's like to be a small fry in the world of gods. Tomorrow is a break because life has caught up with Sean. So on the YouTube, will not be out, a week off. On the podcast, that starts in a month. And then on Friday, come to the Twitch, where we will be doing a series called The Words Have Meaning, a 2-part Candela Obscura game run by the Tipsy Tiger with myself, Gloria, Yuri of Yuri and the Beast, and Sparrow of a Black Sparrow. So all of that will be happening this week or next week on the channel. And then I'll be back live here with these lovely people on Wednesday. Wow. Grant just said Sean makes me upset. That makes me feel sad, Grant. I'm sad. Also, for some reason, Twitch redacted your last word. So, anyway, that's me. Green, to you.
Yes, hello. My name is Greener Gete, if you want to try that. And I am a cast member on Hilarious Save RPG. You can find me on most social medias as that green thing. I will be your lovely game master for this Kids on Bikes 2 edition stream with a cast of lovely, lovely people that include these people, Ran, and many, many others. This is just the first phase of this project. And we got another spin on the wheel. So we're going to do that. Because Grant, thank you for donating. So person behind the curtain.
Right at the buzzer.
I wait. Let's see what we got. We have the players have to play a sport in game. I have to do another sport. I have to do another sport.
We get a halftime.
Yep.
Incredible.
If you guys, Anna, do not let Grant pick the sport. No, football and baseball at the same time. Okay. So I'll figure that out. Thank you. I'm totally fine about this information.
We'll just do chess boxing and just put both of them together.
Chess boxing.
Yeah, look it up. It's just
1880s chess boxing.
Just mid-game, we played the baseball TTRPG and then returned to Kids on Bikes.
Yeah, we opened up a second system.
Hey, I've done it before. It's not that weird.
With that was us here at Hilarity Saves with the 1800s cast for the cast chat. We're going to be here again, same bat place, same bat time, 7 p.m. But this time, next week, it will be our first time visiting Mayweather Springs, where the sun is always shining, the moon is always full, and there's never anything odd going on. Thank you, guys.